Hello YouTube! Every Christmas I try to come up with gifts for you guys. And this year I have something very special in store. So I hope you haven't taken down your Christmas tree yet, because I still have presents for you. So as you might know, my credo on this platform has always been that information should be free. And this is why every single program I've ever made in the past 4 years has been free. It's never behind a paywall. But the issue is that I have nowhere to put these programs. They usually sit in the description of the video. But if the video gets taken down, or worse, if the channel gets taken down, and it's happened in the past, then all of my work would go to waste. And it's something I want to avoid. This is why I've made the decision to partner with Boostcamp. If you don't know this company, Boostcamp is an app that allows you to gain access to hundreds of free programs. And it also allows you to track your progression, all of that for free. You do not have to pay a single penny. Now you'll be prompted to subscribe when you download the app, but it is entirely unnecessary. You can use every single functionality of the app without actually paying anything, which is something that immediately appealed to me because it's aligned with my values. Now, the person who runs Boostcamp, Michael, contacted me roughly 6 months ago to see if I would be interested in a partnership opportunity with them. And I was prepared to just blow them off because that's what I always do with sponsorship offers. But this time it was different. One, because I know a lot of people who I respect who work with Boostcamp, but also because while talking to Michael, I realized that this was someone who, as I said, shared my principles, who believes that it's ridiculous that some people spend $50 on a program that's not even custom or personalized, and that in truth, all of these programs should be available for free for the community because that is the right thing to do. Now, before I continue, I must make something extremely clear. I did not get paid by Boostcamp to make this video, and I'm not sponsored by them. Actually, I rejected the offer for sponsorship, which puzzled Michael because at the same time I told him that I wanted to work with him. And I know that some of you might be puzzled by this and think, well, you're going to give them your programs, why don't you accept the money? It's because, one, there's something much more interesting in it for me than money, and that is archives. The ability to make sure that my programs get preserved and stay accessible for you guys for free, I'll take that over money any day of the week. But the second reason is also because I have told you that I will not accept any sponsorship, and I intend on staying true to this word, because that was the entire point of the coffee page. The coffee page was created to allow the community to support my work, and in exchange, I don't have to monetize and I do not have to actually sell out. I can just stay independent. And today, I'm very happy to say that this has become a reality. Thanks to you guys and your support, I get to just reject sponsorships because I simply don't need them. And I think that this would be a good time for me to actually take the time to properly thank you, because I am still to this day amazed that so many of you are taking a part of your hard-earned money every single month to give it to a random French guy simply because you like my content and you want to keep it going. You want to see it continue. This means the world to me. I'm so happy I don't have to be more of a corporate slave. I'm so happy I don't have to work 70 hours at my job that is a cushy job, but it is also just sucking my soul dry. The fact that I get to spend hours upon hours creating, expressing myself, and you guys enjoy it, and you have my back, I would have never thought it would be possible. So thank you for every single person who donated. Thank you for anyone who's pledging a membership. You are absolutely amazing, and I will continue grinding because I know that you will have my back, and it's crazy. Thank you. If you would want to join the very generous donators who make this channel possible, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description. But the point of this video is not for me to promote the coffee page. The reason why I share that with you is, one, again, to thank you, and also because I believe that this is how transparency works. I want everything to be crystal clear. So this is why I tell you that I will not be taking money from Boostcamp. It's going to be a give and take exchange where they get to have my programs and I get to actually store them somewhere safe. So essentially, in the future, I will not be promoting Boostcamps. There's not going to be ads for Boostcamps in my videos, but every single time I make a new program, I will make a video to present the program like I've always done, but I will also include a link to the program on Boostcamp. And this also works retroactively. So every single program I've ever made will eventually be transferred onto Boostcamp. And at the same time, they will get revamped. That is the beauty of the platform as well. When the program is in the description, it's stuck there. I can make modifications, but you are not aware of it. On Boostcamp, you will be told if there are any changes. So my entire catalog of programs is going to keep evolving with time, which is exactly what I want. So right now, I believe that on Boostcamp, you can find my Guts program, the Silver Era program, my Novice program, and the Bridge program. But eventually, I want every single program I've ever made to be available for free on their platform. And you know, it goes beyond protecting the programs. It's also that now it's interactive. So one, I get to modify them, as I said, but two, you get to interact with them. Because now it's not just a shitty Word document. You can actually enter the weights that you want to use. You can modify the variations. You can have the app on your phone all the time available to you. So it's going to be a massive upgrade for everyone. And talking about upgrade, it is time for me to reveal the actual Christmas gift that so many of you have been waiting for and asking for. That is the brand new Guts program. The Guts program is the first of my programs that ever went viral, that got very popular, and so a ton of people actually jumped on it and saw great results. But the thing is that the program is now 2 years old, and you might be a bit tired of it. This is why I decided to make a brand new version that is still in the same vein. It's still to get the Guts physique, but with brand new exercises and a corrected and optimized distribution of volume between body parts. Because with time, my mindset has evolved, and I now think that I could have done better, and so I am offering that to you guys. Now, this version is called the Black Swordsman. It's essentially the original Guts program, but revamped. So if you've already run it for a while, it's going to feel very familiar and you're going to be able to transition to it seamlessly. But there'll be enough of a difference that it'll feel completely fresh. But that's not all. There is a second gift underneath the Christmas tree. Because I also created a second version of the program that I called the Berserker Armor that works as a mirror week. So you're going to train the exact same muscles, it's still for the Guts physique, but with a completely new roster of exercises and of course a different approach to volume and intensity. So now you have your Black Swordsman template and your Berserker Armor template, and they're both available for you right now for free in the description. You just have to click the link and download the app if you haven't yet. If you have, congratulations, your program is right there. You can literally start today. Now, all of the information you will need to run the program properly and correctly is also on Boostcamp. But just in case, if you have questions that need answered, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the things that you need to pay attention to. So Boostcamp, if you're new to it, you'll find can be confusing because there are so many options. It's very detailed and it can be sometimes too interactive. Just make sure to actually pay attention to the fact that if the lifts are marked, for example, 1A and 1B, that means it's a superset, okay? Every number is the number of the superset and the letters is the order of the exercises. Then if you see 2B, for example, that has nothing to do with the 1A. It's a completely new superset, something that is on its own. You'll also notice that every single exercise has a swap icon next to it. The swap icon means you're not forced to do that exercise, you have options. You can, if you want, you'll find, for example, that bench press has a swap option, do dips or do push-ups. I do it so as to make sure that you can pick the lift that you enjoy the most and you're not forced to do a movement that you do not enjoy. Both templates have that swap option, so make sure that you check it out before you run the program. But also don't make the mistake of swapping lifts every single week because the program gives you that freedom if you want, but it's a mistake. I want you to pick one exercise for that specific day and stick to that exercise. After 6 months to a year, you'll get to a point where if you want, you can rotate that exercise every week, keeping in mind that the point of the two templates is that eventually you'll run both. So you'll do 1 week Berserker Armor, the other week Black Swordsman, etc., which already gives you a ton of variations and options. So if you want to add rotations on top of that within the same template, you can, but be warned that you might eventually get to a point where you only do a lift once a month, and that's simply not enough frequency. But hey, that is going to be entirely up for you to decide. The programs are free and you are free to run them as you like. Another thing that I want you to pay attention to is the fact that the programs, the templates will tell you to run them for 12 weeks. Disregard that. It's just because it's part of the onboarding on Boostcamp to give you a broad idea of how much time you should spend on them. As you know, I recommend spending as much time as possible on the program, upwards of a year, 2 years, and with the revamped Guts program and the fact that you have a mirror week now, this is something you can run literally for as long as you live if you want. Now, in terms of which template you should pick, if you have run the original Guts program, I recommend the Black Swordsman because you're already used to it. And if you're entirely new, just know that the Black Swordsman is heavier on compounds like bench press, like deadlift, like chin-ups. So if you enjoy that type of training and you're looking to transition into bodybuilding, but you don't want to be culture shocked, you can do that. And then the Berserker Armor template has a much heavier focus on calisthenics. So if you're the type to enjoy these movements, or if you're a calisthenic athlete transitioning into bodybuilding, that is going to be the template for you. And you understand that because they're so different, also it's going to be very fun for you to go from one to the other every other week. But that is something you're going to have to earn. So if you're an OG and you've already been running the Guts program for a year to 2 years, you've already earned that right. So you can start right away with the 2 templates. But if you're new to them, I recommend that you stick to one, so your one template, and that you do it for at least 6 months to a year. Then you can add the second template because then it's going to actually make sense. You really don't need the 2 at the start to make progress. 1 is enough. And that's maybe the one thing that could be problematic with Boostcamp. It's the fact that there's so many shiny programs. It's going to make you want to program hop, but please do not do this. Please be consistent. Also, talking about consistency, and this is something that I found as well, I think the app is going to greatly help because it, as I said, allows you to track your progress for free, and it also, in a sense, gives you a taste for ownership because you see the way it's going up, you see the progression, and you also see that you have started a process of bettering yourself, and it really makes you want to get back to it. For once, I think technology is actually applied properly. This is an app that I think is going to encourage more people to program for themselves and train hard. So I'm very happy to have entered this partnership with them. And that is it. That is it for your Christmas gift. I hope that you enjoyed it. You can suggest new programs you want to see on board because, as I said, I'm going to transition my entire catalog onto this app. You get to decide, I guess, which one you want to see next. Keeping in mind also that, of course, if it's an old program, I will revamp it. Now, what I had my eyes on was this Baki program I made 3 years ago, I think. A lot of you guys want a new Baki program, and I think it's a great opportunity for me to also create a calisthenics-only template. I think it's going to be great, and I will be sure to let you know the second the program goes live on Boostcamp. Usually with a community page, I will not be making a video every time one of my program goes up because I think I have upwards of 33 programs at this point. So I would just end up flooding your feed for no reason whatsoever. And it is on these considerations that I'm going to end this video. So once again, I want to thank you all for your support. I have a ton of new projects that I'm excited to share with you in 2024. I'm wishing you all a very happy new year. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.